So in this video we are going to see about behavioral modeling, and here behavioral modeling we can describe the digital system by its behavior or its functionality. So what are the function it perform, based on that we define that digital system. Gate, if the circuit having AND gate means instead of mentioning AND we have to mention the function of that AND gate in this behavioral modeling. So first we see the operator, that is keyword here. If you are using this plus, that means you can add two numbers. So this meant addition operation, and this minus used for subtraction, and this is used for multiplication, and this is for division, and this is for modulus function. And shift operator, this means shift right, and this means shift left. And bitwise operator, and this mention NOT gate, and this mention AND gate, and this not of AND, that is known as NAND gate, and this is OR operation, and this is NOR operation, and this is XOR, and this both are represent XNOR. So this is the bitwise operator, and these are. So now for an example, A is equal to 1010, that is 10, and also B is equal to 0011. So now if you want to perform the AND operation of this A and B, so we will perform this as A and B. So that will give the result as 0010. Next, if you want to find the OR gate of this, so this is the operator, this is AND operator, and this is OR operator. So we will get the answer as 1011. And XOR operation means this is XOR operation. A and B, we will get 1001. So in behavioral modeling, instead of mentioning gate name, we use this logical operator to describe the function of that gate. And this is a logical operator, and this means for greater than, and this is for greater than or equal to, and this is for less than, and this represent less than or equal to, and this is meant for equal to, and this is for case equality. And here if A is equal to B, we can mention this. If A identical to B, identity operation, this is A identical to this B, we can represent this three equal terms. So these are the logical operators, and we can control the system by giving a positive edge clock and negative edge clock inside the always block. So if you are giving positive edge clock means whenever the clock reaches its positive edge, then only the always block gets started. So the operation inside operation of that always block start only the clock reaches its positive edge, and this is meant for negative edge. The keyword here is neg edge, and for positive edge the keyword is pos edge. And next one is wait statement, and wait statement we have to wait for some condition or some period. So we start with this structure procedures, and under this we have two blocks, always blocks and initial block, and this always and initial statements cannot be nested, and this always block always generate a loop, and this initial block it perform once at a time, and it cannot perform any loop operation. So this is a different. So next one is initial statement. So this is the initial block perform the simulation for one time and does not execute again. Also this is the initial statement. Whatever you mention inside this initial block, it perform only once. Next we see about the always statement, and this is a statement used to model a block of activity that is repeated continuously in a looping fashion. So this is always statement is always used to generate a loop. So this we will explain this always statement by using one example, that is clock generator. So normally the clock generator means this is a pulse, so it repeats its pulse for particular time period. So consider this is a time period of 5 nanosecond. So now we are going to write a code for generating this pulse using always statement. So first we declare the module. So this is the clock we have to generate, and what are the output we get, we declare that as a resistor in behavioral modeling. So clock is the output, record output. So we declare this clock as a resistor, or EG. This is a keyword, and clock. And initially we have to mention this initial, this clock is 0. That means 1 bit 0. If you want 2 bit means here 2B 0 1 something, whatever you want, you just mention the bit size here. Here we want 1 bit, so we mention this 0 as 1 bit 0. And always this clock become not clock, and this is a operator, not gate operator. We mention not gate like this. So always clock is equal to not of clock, that is 0 initially, now it become 1. So we just give the time delay 5. So 5 nanosecond, after 5 nanosecond this clock become 1. So we just end this module. Otherwise if you want to finish this, just give the initial slash 500, and these are the delay values. Finish $finish, and now we can end this simulation. And finally end the module. So this is the always an initial block. Initial block only once it set the value to this clock, and always for every 5 nanosecond it repeat that operation. So after this 500 nanosecond reach, we finish the simulation. So we will get the clock output like this. So the time period for this is 5 nanosecond. So after 5 nanosecond we will get another one pulse. So here clock is 0 and here clock is 1. So this clock is generated by using this always and initial block. Next one is procedural assignment, and here we can, by using this assignment, we can update the value of register, integer, real or time variables. So we can update the values. So the type of procedural assignments are blocking and non-blocking. So first blocking assignments, and this assignment executed the code by step. So in order only it performs, and this operator is used to specify blocking assignment. Now we can see this blocking assignment using some example. So we just see about this blocking assignment. For that we mention register A, B, C, and also register 1 and register 2 for example. So here start with initial block, initial A is equal to, and after writing initial we have to mention begin. So initial begin block, inside this we have to write the function of the circuit. So first A is equal to 1, next B is equal to 0, next C is equal to 1. Then after 10 nanosecond register 1 become 1 bit 0, and after 5 C become register 1, and after 5 register 2 become B, and now we end this initial block. So now this is represent the blocking statement. So now this B get a value 0 after the assignment of this A value. So A is equal to 1. After assigning the A value, then only we can assign this B value. That is known as blocking assignment. So now we get the output. If you take it in a time range here, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 means at a time initial period the A value is 1. Next we set the P value to 0. Next Z is equal to 1. So after 10 nanoseconds, so this point only we can get the register 1 value. So the value is 0. Then after 5 nanoseconds, so from 10 after 5 nanoseconds, so 50 nanosecond, we will get the C is equal to register 1 value. Now that is equal to 0. So after 5 nanosecond, the register 2 value become B. Register 2 value become B, that is equal to 0. So this is the blocking statement. It can perform step by step, that is in a order. So this is equal, this equal symbol represent the blocking assignment. So next one is non-blocking assignments, and here we can perform the function without the blocking execution. That means it can allow the scheduling for of assignment without blocking execution. And here this is a symbol, this is an operator used to specify the non-blocking assignment. Now we can see this non-blocking assignment using one example. So first, initial A is equal to 0, initial begin, A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1, and now end this initial block. Again give initial A non-blocking assignment, that is equal to B, and B non-blocking assignment, this A, and here also begin, end. So now this A and B get the value at a time, that is A becomes 0 and A become 1 and B becomes 0 at the same time. So in without the order, so it can perform concurrently. So this is the difference between blocking and non-blocking assignment. Next one is conditional statements, and here conditional statements are if, else if, case statement, while statement, repeat, for and forever, and we can see each using one example. So consider for is, if and else if. So we can define this for mux 2:1 mux. So we explain the conditional statement using 2:1 mux. So first we start with module mux, and here 2:1, so 2 input are there, and S is the select line and C is the output. So input are A, B, S, and output is C. And here the behavioral modeling, the output is stored in register, so always this output is mentioned in register, and keyword here is REG. So next I start always block. So this is at the condition here is I use pause edge condition, positive edge clock condition. So whenever the clock change to reaches its positive edge, this always block starts. Next begin, always next step we write begin. So inside this block we mention the condition here. So if S is equal to 0, double equal to 0, then we will get C is equal to A. Else if means S automatically it take the value 1, so no need to mention here. Otherwise if you mention S is equal to 1, C is equal to B. So now we complete this if. So end here, this is the end for this if, again one end for this always block. Next we have to end the module, so end module. So this is the if else if condition. And next same 2:1 mux represented using case statement. So first module same for all cases, the module 2 always block the same, and so we start with always block. So always at passage clock begin. So now we start the condition. So case, we have to give the case yes. So here the condition is yes. So now S is equal to 0, S is equal to 0, that is 1 bit 0, we will get C is equal to A. Then 1 bit 1, we will get C is equal to B. And here this is the value for this yes. So what are the condition you write here, and this is the condition for this value. So here you mention yes. So 0 means yes is equal to 0, 1 means yes is equal to 1. So whatever the value, what are the combination you want, just write inside this case statement. If you want add operation means yes and B something, so this is a condition. So now you have a value here means this is the value of this and operation of yes and B. So now this is a 2:1 marks, only one select line is the control signal, so yes is the control bit here. And we just end this case and another one end for this, always again end module. And also this case statement, after mentioning this case we have to begin the block. So whenever we have a begin, we have to give. So the next case statement is repeat. So now first initially we mentioned this counter is 10. Then how is repeat function as this repeat counter and just begin this block and give the function of that circuit and end. So whenever the counter that is equal to 10, for that value this process repeat. So this is the function of repeat conditional statement.
Next one is forever.
So if counter value reach this 10, this operation ends.
Function,
so this is a function of repeat.
Forever,
next same condition while
until the simulation ends.
So similarly while
conditional statement
the condition
forever. So
while
begin,
A is equal to B or something, we just begin this and give the function of the circuit and end. So when this condition satisfies, this block operates, otherwise we just skip this block. So this is a while statement. Next one is for. Similar to while, for also give the condition and begin and give the function of the circuit and end. So this is for conditional statement.